1970 was a year when pop, soul, and rock all collided on the radio in unforgettable ways. New voices arrived, familiar artists evolved, and the charts reflected a world in transition. But hidden in this countdown is a song written and recorded by a songwriter who was neither religious nor part of the genre he accidentally helped redefine. Yet it became one of the most recognizable spiritual-sounding hits of the era. Stories like that are woven all through this list. So let's turn back the clock and count down 15 Billboard hits from 1970. Number 15, Green-Eyed Lady by Sugarloaf.
Green-eyed lady, lovely lady, strolling.
Kicking off our countdown is Green-Eyed Lady, a song that made Sugarloaf instantly recognizable thanks to its unforgettable organ riff. At a time when rock music was stretching in all directions, this track leaned into a jazzy, hypnotic groove that felt both mysterious and confident. The lyrics hinted at intrigue without ever spelling things out, which only added to its appeal.
Green-eyed lady feels like I never see.
Radio listeners couldn't quite pin it down, but they didn't need to. The song climbed steadily, becoming Sugarloaf's biggest hit and a staple of early 70s playlists.
Green-eyed lady feels like I never see.
Even today, that opening sound instantly pulls you back to 1970, when rock music still felt unpredictable and full of possibility.
Green-eyed lady, lovely lady.
And while this song thrived on mystery, the next entry leaned fully into clarity and charm.
Being alone at night makes me.
Number 14, Julie, Do You Love Me by Bobby Sherman. At number 14, Bobby Sherman delivered pure pop comfort with Julie, Do You Love Me? By 1970, Sherman was one of television and radio's most recognizable teen idols.
And turning and freezing and burning.
And this song played perfectly to that image. It was upbeat, earnest, and designed to feel like a personal question whispered directly to the listener.
We had so much fun together.
While rock was getting louder and soul music was getting deeper, this track reminded audiences that simple, catchy romance still had a place on the charts. It became one of Sherman's biggest hits.
Julie, Julie, are you thinking of me?
And marked one of the last moments when classic teen idol pop could still dominate mainstream radio. But just ahead, pop energy explodes in a whole new way. Number 13, I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. Landing at number 13 is I Want You Back, the song that introduced the Jackson 5 to the world in unforgettable fashion. From the very first notes, it was clear this wasn't an ordinary debut. The energy was explosive, the harmonies were tight, and a young Michael Jackson's voice instantly stood out. Released on Motown, the song showcased a perfect blend of youthful enthusiasm and professional polish. It raced up the charts and became a defining moment not just for the group, but for pop music heading into the 70s. Looking back, this song didn't just start a career, it launched a legacy that would echo for decades. As pop surged forward, rock was also rediscovering its raw power. Number 12, All Right Now by Free.
All right now, baby.
Coming in at number 12 is All Right Now, a song that stripped rock back to its bare essentials and made it feel huge again. Free recorded this track quickly, capturing a loose, live energy that perfectly matched its message of release and celebration.
I said, hey, what is this, baby? Baby.
The opening guitar riff became instantly recognizable, and Paul Rodgers' confident vocal helped turn the song into a worldwide anthem. In 1970, it stood out as rock music moved away from psychedelic excess and toward something more grounded.
Stood in the street, smiling from my head.
This track became Free's signature hit and a staple of rock radio, proving that sometimes simplicity, when done right, can sound absolutely massive.
I said, hey, what's your name, baby? Baby, we can...
That grounded honesty also carried into the emotional storytelling of our next entry.
I'm hurting so bad, Billy.
Number 11, Which Way You Goin', Billy by the Poppy Family.
Which way you going, Billy?
At number 11, Which Way You Goin', Billy stands out as one of the most emotionally restrained yet quietly devastating hits of 1970. Sung by Susan Jacks, the song tells a story of love drifting away.
I'm gonna miss you, Billy.
Not through arguments or drama, but through silence and uncertainty. That gentle delivery made the heartbreak feel even heavier. At a time when pop radio leaned toward upbeat hooks, this song dared to slow things down and let sadness breathe.
I thought you loved me, Billy.
Its soft arrangement kept the focus on the story, allowing listeners to fill in the gaps themselves. The result was a hit that felt deeply personal and hauntingly real.
You are my whole baby.
And that emotional honesty flowed seamlessly into the soul music climbing the charts next.
Lost it on a lonely highway.
Number 10, Love on a Two-Way Street by The Moments.
Music softly playing, her lips were gently...
At number 10, Love on a Two-Way Street delivered heartbreak with elegance rather than drama. The Moments approached the song with restraint, allowing the emotion to unfold naturally instead of forcing it forward.
And lost it on a lonely highway.
Its message felt mature and realistic, reminding listeners that love only works when both people give equally. In 1970, that honesty resonated across soul and pop audiences alike. The gentle groove and smooth harmonies gave the song a timeless quality, helping it cross over to mainstream radio.
So I've been told, but now I must cry.
Decades later, it remains a defining example of early 70s soul that trusted subtlety, sincerity, and storytelling to leave a lasting impact.
True love will...
But while this song looked inward, the next one reflected the chaos of the outside world.
Segregation, determination, demonstration, integration, aggravation, humiliation, obligation.
Number 9, Ball of Confusion, That's What the World Is Today by The Temptations.
Ooga booga, can't you hear me talking to you? That's the ball of the future.
At number 9, The Temptations captured the unsettled mood of 1970 with Ball of Confusion. By this point, the group had embraced a tougher, funk-driven sound, and this song pushed that shift even further.
The sale of pills are at an all-time high. Your folks walking...
Its lyrics touched on politics, social tension, and uncertainty, all set against a restless groove that never quite relaxes. The result felt urgent and modern, mirroring what many listeners were experiencing in real life.
Cities aflame in the summertime.
Even decades later, the message still lands with striking relevance. Would you say this is one of the most powerful social statements ever to reach the pop charts?
Revolution, gun control the sound, so shooting rockets to the moon, kids going.
Comment yes if you agree. As the countdown continues, the mood softens toward unity and reflection. Number 8. Lay Down, Candles in the Rain by Melanie. At number 8, Lay Down, Candles in the Rain captured a rare sense of togetherness that defined a moment in time. Melanie wrote the song after performing before a massive crowd where thousands of fans held candles and sang along, an experience that stayed with her.
We all had caught the same disease.
That shared feeling carries through the recording, which slowly builds from quiet reflection to communal warmth. In 1970, the song stood out for its sincerity and emotional openness.
Your white bird smile up at the one standing proud.
Rather than chasing trends, it invited listeners to feel connected, even when listening alone. It became Melanie's biggest hit and a lasting symbol of music's power to unite people.
So raise the candles high.
From that warmth, the countdown moves towards something more unexpected.
Gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down,
Number 7, Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum.
going up to the spirit in the sky. Going up.
At number 7, Spirit in the Sky arrived sounding like nothing else on the radio. Norman Greenbaum blended gospel themes with a fuzzy, distorted guitar tone that gave the song its unforgettable edge. The contrast between spiritual lyrics and gritty rock production made it instantly distinctive. Released in 1970, it crossed genres easily, appealing to rock fans, pop listeners, and beyond. The song quickly became Greenbaum's defining hit and has echoed through movies, commercials, and generations ever since. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next. From that bold crossover sound, the countdown turns toward comfort and reassurance.
Someday, we'll put it together and we'll get it undone.
Number 6, Oh Oh Child by 5 Stairsteps.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
At number 6, Oh Oh Child offered a message of reassurance that felt especially powerful in 1970. The 5 Stairsteps delivered the song with warmth and sincerity, creating a sense of calm from the very first notes.
Someday, yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get it undone.
Rather than chasing trends, the track leaned into hope, promising that brighter days were ahead.
Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun.
That sentiment resonated deeply with listeners living through uncertain times. The arrangement is gentle but confident, allowing the melody and message to shine through.
Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier.
Over the years, the song has become a go-to source of comfort, proving that optimism, when expressed honestly, never really goes out of style. From quiet reassurance, the countdown moves into something looser and more playful.
The hall of the mountain king stood high up.
Number 5, Spill the Wine by Eric Burdon and War.
Came a lady. She whispered.
Coming in at number 5 is Spill the Wine, a laid-back, story-driven hit that introduced many listeners to War's unique sound.
One's brown, one funky.
Fronted by Eric Burdon, The song unfolds like a loose conversation, full of imagery and playful unpredictability. Its relaxed groove stood apart from tighter pop productions dominating radio at the time. In 1970, this fusion of funk, rock, and soul felt fresh and unforced. The track became a major crossover success and helped launch War into the mainstream. Even now, it feels like a snapshot of a moment when music was adventurous, casual, and open to experimentation. That rhythmic freedom set the stage for funk's full arrival near the top of the chart. Number 4. Thank You, Falettinme be myself Agin by Sly and the Family Stone. At number 4, Thank You, Falettinme be myself Agin marked a major shift for funk on mainstream radio. Sly and the Family Stone pushed rhythm front and center, letting the bass line and groove drive the entire track. The playful title reflected the band's free-spirited attitude, but the song itself carried a confident message about independence and self-expression. In 1970, it sounded bold, modern, and impossible to ignore. Its influence spread quickly, reshaping how funk and soul records were produced in the years that followed.
We begin to ration. Y'all know what happened.
Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it.
In the sunshine.
Number 3, Candida by Dawn.
Candida, we could make it.
At number 3 is Candida, a song that quietly became one of the biggest pop surprises of 1970. Performed by Dawn and produced by Tony Orlando, the track paired a cheerful melody with lyrics that hinted at heartbreak beneath the surface.
Who am I? Just an ordinary.
That contrast helped it connect with a wide audience. The song benefited from constant radio play and a sound that felt familiar yet fresh.
Who am I? Just an ordinary.
It climbed steadily, eventually becoming one of the year's most recognizable hits. Candida also helped set the stage for Tony Orlando's later success, proving that well-crafted pop could still dominate during a time of rapid musical change.
Trying hard to win me first prize.
But just ahead, one artist blended pop appeal with deeply personal storytelling.
No need to say please to no man for a happy tune.
Number 2, Cracklin Rosie by Neil Diamond.
Winston, Cracklin Rose, your store-bought woman.
At number 2 is Cracklin Rosie, one of Neil Diamond's most memorable hits of 1970. Its cheerful sing-along melody made it instantly recognizable, while the lyrics told a story with emotional depth that connected across age groups.
Oh, I love my Rosie child. You got the way to...
Diamond's voice carries both warmth and sincerity, making listeners feel included in the song's narrative. The track effortlessly crossed pop, rock, and adult contemporary audiences, demonstrating his broad appeal.
So hang on to me, girl, our song keeps running.
It climbed to the top of the charts and became his first #1 single in the United States.
Play it now, play it now, play it now, my baby.
Decades later, Cracklin Rosie remains a classic example of his ability to combine storytelling and catchy melodies in a timeless way. And with that, we arrive at the biggest hit of the year. Number 1, The Love You Save by the Jackson 5. Topping our countdown at number 1 is The Love You Save, a song that captured the unstoppable momentum of the Jackson 5 in 1970. Fast-paced and bursting with personality, it highlighted the group's tight harmonies and youthful energy. Michael Jackson's lead vocal sounded confident beyond his years, while the playful delivery kept the song light and irresistible. Following the success of earlier hits, this track proved the group was no fluke. It raced to the top of the charts and stayed there, sealing the Jackson 5's status as one of Motown's brightest stars at the dawn of the 70s.
When we grew up, you traded your promise for a ring. Now just like
And there you have it, 15 Billboard hits from 1970 that captured a year of change, creativity, and unforgettable melodies.
you say, maybe you're on. Darling, take it slow.
From smooth soul and bright pop to hard-edged rock and emerging funk, these songs reflected a moment when music was boldly moving forward while still feeling deeply personal. Whether you lived through it or discovered it later, this countdown proves how powerful those records still are. Thanks for spending time revisiting these classics with me, and I'll see you next time as we turn back the clock once again.
When you're on the street, you got to